Alrighty, let's move on here. And this came out of nowhere, and I don't agree with it, and we kind of get backed up on we not agreeing with this. So this is what we saw late last night. This kind of broke way late last night, 11:24 p.m. yesterday. We get this. Talks are heating up between Eagles and Texans on a Deshaun Watson trade, and this was reported by Chris Trapasso. He's an NFL draft and young NFL player analysis at CBS Sports, and he is verified on Twitter. So we got that, and I was like, why would they do that? I mean, first of all, we don't even know if Deshaun Watson is playing this year, and it truly seems like he's not because the Texans have him listed as the fourth string, so they are truly anticipating him not playing for the Texans, whether that's not playing for the Texans because he's on the commissioner's exempt list, whether that's because he's not going to play this season because he's going to go to jail, or whether he's not going to play for the Texans this season because they truly intend on trading him. Whatever it is, you don't have Deshaun Watson listed as the fourth string quarterback in training camp. That just makes no sense. The man is an absolute talent in this league, top 5 in the league. Let's go back to our quarterback ranking because this man really is top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got him top 6 because I got Justin Herbert in the top 5. But Deshaun Watson is truly top 5, top 6 talent in this league. No doubt about it. So, I mean, he led the league in passing last year, folks. Even though the team was trash, the ownership was trash, the wide receivers, he did have plenty of wide receivers, but there was no real running game here last season. They never really established a running game. And Deshaun Watson went out and threw for 4,800 yards and led the league in passing yards. I mean, that's what this man does, folks. This man is absolutely fantastic. So, but with this Eagles team, why move off of Jalen Hurts? What the hell is going on with Jalen Hurts? I mean, we're going to talk in a second. This man is not even named the starting quarterback yet. What? You're hanging on for Joe Flacco? Why? What does Joe Flacco do? Joe Flacco's like Andy Dalton. They've proven nothing in their career. The only difference between Joe Flacco and Andy Dalton is that Joe Flacco caught magic in the playoffs. What was it, 2012? I think it was 2012. Where they went to the Super Bowl and won it all. Joe Flacco just caught magic that season. That's it. That is it. So I don't get why the Eagles are so adamant on not making Jalen Hurts the man. We liked what we saw from him last season. And then he's got the entire offseason in training camp to prepare for this season. And they're still not ready to name him the starter. And there's still talks about trading him away for Deshaun Watson. I just don't get any of it. So we got this little kind of news break. Didn't really make any sense to us. And then comes this morning at 7:28 a.m. We get this. Source says, contrary to a report that trade talks between Eagles and Texans for Deshaun Watson are heating up, they are not. Exactly what we thought. So, I don't know if Chris Trapasso got some bad intel, whether he just wanted to make a name. I mean, who tweets something out at 11:28 p.m.? I mean, did you just think it was going to go under the radar? Were you just trying to make a buzz? What was it all about? So we weren't really believing that, and then we get that it's basically nonsense. So kind of, our initial thinking was right, but just unfortunately we do the show at noon Eastern, and, between 12 p.m. last night and 7:28 before the kind of saying, hey, this is honestly kind of this is not real. Before that news broke, we couldn't go and voice our opinion. So a little unfortunate on that. But we'll do it here. We'll let y'all know we knew. We'll let y'all know we were right. Yeah, I'm really not buying that. And then it brings us to this, which once again, what the hell is going on? Eagles coach Nick Sirianni and quarterback Jalen Hurts' progress. Quote, I think he's doing a great job of running the offense and learning the offense. But Nick Sirianni on naming Jalen Hurts the week 1 starter. Quote, there's no rush. We're just not there yet. Really? You're not there of naming Jalen Hurts the starter, folks? I mean, let's look at what Joe Flacco did last season, folks. I mean, let's just look at, I want to show y'all his kind of magic career, or his magic run that he got in the playoffs as well. So let's bring up Joe Flacco's career stats here. Get this up, get the numbers up, get the statistic. The numbers never lie, folks. So last season, 0-4 starting with the Jets. And I know the Jets are trash, but still, the year before that when he was in Denver, taking over for Drew Lock, or starting before Drew Lock, 2-6 in 8 games. It's like, what are we doing? He doesn't translate to wins. In 2019, he had solid stats here. Solid, not even solid. I'm taking that back. It was 65% completion percentage, which was great. His highest he ever threw in his career at 65%, and he only played 8 games. So that's why he had the best completion percentage of his career in 2019, because he didn't play a full season, folks. His career completion percentage is 61%. Like, what are we doing? He had 1,800 yards and 6 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Absolutely trash, folks. I mean, this man's interceptions are super high. The man barely throws 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio throughout his entire career. It's just he's not the guy. This man does not translate to wins, folks. He's got a 98-77 record. He was on a good Baltimore Ravens team for his entire career, coached under John Harbaugh. So you're going to have, winning seasons most of, your career. I mean, with the Ravens, he went 11-5, 9-7, 12-4, 12-4, 10-6, 8-8, 10-6, and then he went 3-7, 8-8, and 9-7, and 4-5 with the Ravens. And then they're like, all right, we've had enough. You obviously are not that good anymore. And then they trade him to Denver. He goes 2-6. Then they trade him to the Jets. He goes 0-4, and now he's with this Eagles team potentially going for another start? What? Really? So let's go to his Super Bowl year. What was the year that he won the Super Bowl? Let's take a look at that, where he caught magic. 2012. All right, let's look at his 2012 season. Here we go, 2012. This was the Super Bowl year. He only went 10-6 that season in the regular season, so nothing great. 59% completion percentage, trash. 3,800 yards, kind of not that great. We want to see 4,000. 22 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Basically just 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. This man was not the man that they won. I mean, this was not the reason why they won all the games or won the Super Bowl, anything like that. Now let's go to his game logs in the postseason there in 2012 and just show you the magic that he kind of caught. Not even. I mean, game number 1 against the Colts, they went 24-9. He threw for 52% completion percentage, 282 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He didn't throw a pick at all in the postseason. Once again, catching magic, not turning the ball over. I'll give him respect to that, but everything else was really not that great. Game number 2 of the playoffs against Denver. They went 38-35. Very close game there. He threw for 52%, folks. 52% trash. He did throw for 331 yards. I believe this was the Mile High Miracle that he goes down the sideline with last second. Let me get the scoring up. Jacoby Jones, 70-yard pass by Joe Flacco with 31 seconds left for the touchdown. I mean, the Broncos really kind of blew that game. So once again, kind of that magic aspect, that lucky 70-yard throw. And if we go back here, we said he had 331 yards. You take 70 yards off of that, he only ends up with 260 yards passing. 260 to compare to 330. What a difference in turnaround, no? I mean, one looks great, the other one looks kind of average-ish, and he threw for 52% completion percentage. So his numbers are truly skewed out here, folks, and we can't get behind that. Game number 3 against the Patriots. This was 2012. Was Tom Brady? No, Tom Brady was playing this season. Unfortunately, he just got beat. 58% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Once again, he's not throwing picks, so that's the green flag I'll give Joe Flacco. He was not turning the ball over. Everything else was really not him at all. And then they get to the Super Bowl against the 49ers. Obviously, the Harbaugh Bowl going against... Oh, man. Who was the 49ers quarterback? Colin Kaepernick, going against Colin Kaepernick. Now, he did throw 66% completion percentage, 287 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. That was a solid Super Bowl performance, but every performance leading up to that, really not that great. So, yes, he took advantage finally and put up a really great game. That's a great game all around. I'll give him that. 66%, 287 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. That is an absolutely great game by Joe Flacco in the Super Bowl. But, I mean, folks, he shouldn't have even gotten there. So, one great game out of his tenure with the Falcons, and that nets him a $100 million contract, and then he does nothing after that. After going 10-6 and winning the Super Bowl, they go 8-8, and then 10-6, and then 3-7, and then 8-8, and then 9-7, all under Joe Flacco. So, this is the man that you're not going to make Jalen Hurts the starter over? What the hell are we talking about? Why is Joe Flacco staying relevant in this league? I don't get it. Truly don't. So I don't like that Nick Sirianni is just not saying flat out that this man's not the starter. I don't know what you're doing. Why are you giving Joe Flacco meaningless reps? Why are you not making sure Jalen Hurts going into year 2 and didn't have that starting offseason last season, his rookie year, and didn't start? And when did he start? I mean, he got a real late start. So why are you not giving Jalen Hurts all the reps that you can when you know that this man is your starter? You're not taking Joe Flacco as the starter over Jalen Hurts. If you want to trade for Deshaun Watson, I guess that's fine. Deshaun Watson is definitely better than Jalen Hurts. Deshaun Watson is better than basically every other quarterback in this league. So I wouldn't mind you making the trade, but you're not going to make the trade. The trade's not getting made. That was not even a real trade request or a real trade kind of thinking or talks about it. So I just don't get what we're doing here with Jalen Hurts. Let's remind y'all what he did last season. Let's get Jalen Hurts stats up here. I believe he started week 9? What do we get? Started 4 games. Only started 4 games. Started 4 games. He got in for 1 play. Week 5, week 8, week 11, week 12, I'm sorry. And then he started for basically the last kind of 4 games of the season and came in midway week number 13, game number 12. Started for the rest of the year. But, I mean, he only started 4 games. I mean, folks, these are solid stats for only 4 games. He threw 52% completion percentage, which we really do not like. But he put up 1,000 yards in 4 games. That's 4,000 yards if you extrapolate it for a 16-game schedule. We'll take that. 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Not the greatest, obviously, but he is only playing in 4 games. So that's something that we can definitely build upon. He led them to a 1-3 record. Obviously not the greatest, but once again, he's starting. I mean, you're putting a rookie in at the end of the season where everybody has their legs underneath them, and he's kind of ice cold out here. All right, let's look at these records. Did they ever get blown out? They ended up winning his first game, beating the Saints 24-21. They ended up losing the following week 33-26 against the Cardinals, but I mean, that's a 1-possession game. Kept them close, put up 26 points. They did get blown out by Dallas 37-17, unfortunately. He did throw 2 picks in that game. And then they lose against Washington the last week of the season, losing 20-14. But once again, a close game. He played very, very poorly with 35% completion percentage. But still, at the end of the day, everybody else was revved up, ready to go. Washington had like a top 10 defense last season. So I don't understand why you're not giving Jalen Hurts all these first-team reps just quite yet. So I don't like it, but that's what Nick Sirianni is doing. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out.